Hey, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get started with a reading. But first off, I do want to touch bases on something. I've gotten a few questions from people asking me why I no longer do love readings. And I want to explain that to you. The reason why I don't do love readings anymore, not that I won't, is because 2025 really isn't the year for people to be picking up new love relationships. Now, I'm not saying that you can't. But what I am saying is the faster that people, find somebody and everything's going really good, the faster they fall. And then people get addicted to love readings to see, are they coming back? Well, when we do love readings here on YouTube, they are general readings. So you could be talking about a sister coming back or an old friend coming back. It's so broad. Everybody's going to have a different love story. So honestly, I just feel like it's a lot of clickbait. Okay. And if you're in a relationship, you should already know. If a person is keeping you on the fence, you never know where you stand with them, then they're not your fucking person. So my suggestion is go ahead and opt out so that you can clear your energy so that you're able to find love in the future. Now, 2026 is much more of a better year to find love because this year we had Mars retrograde, we had Venus retrograde, we're in a 9 year, we're in year of the snake where we're shedding our old skin, we're shedding old layers, we're shedding people, we're shedding places, we're shedding things. And honestly, if you're being like honest with yourself, do you even want people from the past back that have fucked you over or left you wondering you like what you did or like to me it just sounds silly. Like I don't want an ex to come back. Okay? If an ex was to come back, I'd probably laugh and most likely I wouldn't even answer or respond to him because I already know where I stood with these exes. Okay? They left me or I left them, which I mean, I've been single now for 10 years. I dated a guy for a couple of months and he was a fucking idiot. And I was like, yeah, no, I didn't come out of being single for this kind of shit. Like I'm not, trying to find somebody that, wants to trigger all of my pain. Like that's all you're going to get if someone from the past comes back. We're in new energy frequencies right now. Okay. We have Uranus that just transitioned into Gemini. We've had Saturn and Neptune transition into Aries, which is brand new beginnings for the entire collective. It's like a restart. Yes, it's going to transit back in September and October into Pisces, but that's to let go of the past people, the past disappointments, the past hurts, the past pains. Why in the fuck would you want to bring anybody from the past forward that has already had an opportunity with you and they chose to hurt you instead, or they chose to confuse you? We also had Pluto move into Aquarius. This is like all new energy. So I'm not trying to bring my past to my future, and that's what I'm trying to help you guys avoid. So if you want to bring them forward, they should already know where you stand in their life. And if they've already proven that it's nowhere, then believe them. Okay. So in the future, maybe in 2026, I'll start love readings again. Or if I feel like it or spirit calls me to do it. But I got so sick and tired of the same story repeating itself. Oh, this person's coming back from the past. You're going to reconcile. Or, oh, this person like is going to hurt you. Like, who wants to hear that shit? I don't even want to repeat it. Now, I do it in my personal readings. I will do love readings. Absolutely. And help guide people out of certain situations or what they need to do, like before someone might come back. But never put your life on hold just in case, because while you're waiting on a rock, you may pass up a diamond. So I am not one to tell you, oh, your past is coming back. Wait for them. You will never get that from me. I'll say, yeah, they're probably going to come back, but do you even want them back? You need to remember how they left you in the first place and then decide on whether or not they even have a place for you in the future. Now, a lot of the time, what happens is they do come back and then you realize why you broke up in the first place. Because people will break up for a couple of months and here's the deal. There's still a lot of water under the bridge. They're going to come back and trigger you. And if you keep allowing them to walk through that, revolving door, well, you're going to keep opening yourself up for more failure. When I shut the door, I don't just shut it. I nail that fucker shut. Don't come back. Like I've been known, I changed my phone number one time 8 times. 8 fucking times because I didn't want him ever calling me again. And every single time he got my number, I would change my number again. That's how serious I am about not allowing other people to come in and fuck with me ever again. I'll delete your number. I mean, I've done it with family members. I will delete your number. I don't even want it. When I scroll through to find somebody, I don't want to scroll past your name. So I delete family members. I'll delete people because I don't need that in my phone. That's energy. I don't have any of my exes in my phone. Because here's the deal. When you do finally come into union with a new partner, you don't want a Mercury retrograde to come through and bring back an ex. I do not want to have that argument with my new partner. I don't want to give them any form of insecurity. I don't want them to ever feel like I left that door open because all it's going to do is create chaos. Like for me, if you're still like talking to your exes and still in contact and that kind of shit, then you're not fully invested in what we've got going on. Now, it's not that you can't be friends with your exes, but when they're constantly calling you and like the last guy, he turned around and borrowed money for his business from an ex. And I was like, okay, the moment that he attached his money to his ex is the moment I walked completely away. Because now he's like, well, we can't go anywhere. We can't do anything because I have to pay back this loan to my ex. Well, then we're never going to do anything because you're always going to owe the ex. And that's not something I'm willing to be an active participant in. Now, it was very kind of her to do that, but why would your ex just turn around and give you money? When you have family members and those types of things. So do you understand what I'm saying? So the whole reason why I'm not doing love readings is because I'm helping you. I'm trying to help you understand that the future is right out in front of you. You're a different person now. And once we have all of these planets move into all of these signs as of next year, you're going to be getting your baby legs. Have you ever seen a baby giraffe get up and try and walk for the very first time? They're very wobbly. So because Uranus is in Gemini, you're going to be thinking differently. You're going to be acting differently. You're going to be passionate about all these new things. And when you're trying to bring the past back into this new future, into this new world that we are creating, you're just trying to relive the past. It doesn't even exist anymore because the emotion really isn't there. Now, like I've had people want their exes back and Tauruses, Tauruses were big for this and Leos. And it was because they got dumped and they wanted to get their exes back just so they could turn around and dump them. That's a game. Who the fuck wants to play that kind of a game? I sure in hell don't. Like, I'm not that kind of a person. And I just have to laugh. I'm like, well, while you're sitting over here waiting for this person to come back, you're making yourself late because you could have been healing this entire time. And for a lot of you, you have already healed. You have already moved on. You've already had to learn how to live without this person. And then they come back in and they do the same fucking thing. And then you're right back where you started from. So All of these readers here on YouTube that are clickbaiting you guys with the whole, like, Gemini, Uranus and Gemini, like when the North Node was in Gemini, it was this whole twin flame bullshit. Twin flame, twin flame, twin flame, clickbait, 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 because you're all looking for your twin flame to come back. Well, guess what? Twin flame to me is just, especially on these platforms, is just a toxic excuse to get you holding on and waiting for somebody who is never going to grow up, who's never going to see you for what you are. It's a toxic excuse to get you to put your life on hold. When really, in all actuality, when we meet up with so-called a twin flame, you're never necessarily supposed to be with them. Sometimes people come into our lives to trigger us to want more from our lives, to do better, to take care of ourselves, more self-care. But those are intense, intense relationships, and you'll have people like look at you and be like, gosh, why can't you just let that shit go? And I think with Uranus and Gemini, you're going to look back and go, why in the fuck am I still holding on to this? And I think for a lot of you, you really are going to start changing your mind, because Uranus does that. It gives you the breakthrough. It's like, oh my God, that's stupid. Oh my God, why am I at this job? Oh my God, why am I letting my family treat me like this? Oh my God, why am I still pining after this person? They're an asshole. And they brought out the worst in me. So thank me for looking out for you. Because unlike these other readers out here who are just looking for followers, looking for clicks, looking for the monetization, like, I'll be honest with you, I get paid pennies on the fucking dollar to come out here. So I literally do this shit for free. And I'm telling you, you don't want anybody back from the past, because it would take years for them to change the vibration, for them to grow up, for them to actually see what their role was and why they were hurting you. And yes, hurt people hurt people. I get that. But that doesn't give them a free ride to come back in and do it again. And I don't give a flying fuck. Again, if it's your family, does that give your family an excuse to come right back in and do the same thing? Like with my family, every time I reopen the door to my family, they do the exact same thing and they sideswipe me. I'll think everything is going really, really well. And the next thing I know, somebody says something to them and I'm out again. And I'm left holding the bag wondering, what the fuck did I do this time? And then they go back to my past in some fucked up weird version of my past that didn't even happen. Or it's like bits and pieces of the truth, but stretched to an entirely different storyline that I'm like, am I living a double life? So if I'm not going to let my family back in for years, it's going to take fucking years, if ever, because it's not a revolving door. You don't get to come back into my life like the Tasmanian devil, fuck everything up, and then leave again. So if I won't let my family do that, you're not safe. Whether you're my friend, an acquaintance, a client, or an ex. So I'm going to leave that there, you guys. I'll come back and do an actual reading, but I feel like I really needed to touch bases. And I think I'm going to name this the ugly truth, because this is the ugly truth. So for all of you who are, going from reader to reader to reader to reader to see what they're going to say about your ex, let's focus on the future. Let's focus on getting you ready for what's to come instead of holding out just in case. Because at the end of the day, they're probably not what you're going to need at all anyway. Not that people can't better themselves and that some of you won't get back together with an ex and things they'll actually be good, because yes, that is a possibility. But that's going to be few and far between for a lot of you. So keep that in mind. I love you guys all so much. I'm here to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. My reasoning for not doing love readings is because, well, you need to love yourself first because your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I love you guys. If you're interested in a personal reading, thefootstepstopeace.com. And especially for those of you who are ready to let go of the past and actually start working towards your future. But love, well, 2025, not the year for love. The faster you rise, the faster you fall. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment. Let me know how this reading resonates with you. I'll talk to you all soon. Take care.